Hey guys, today I'm starting with my outline sketched onto my acrylic paper. This is 140-pound acrylic paper, but you can use canvas or chipboard, or some people like to paint on wood. So whatever you're painting on, it's the same process. So what I did was mixed up, for the bottom part, I mixed up raw sienna and white. And then for the top part, same color, but I added more raw sienna to it and a little touch of black. So I'm just painting around my entire outline. All right, so now with raw sienna and a little bit of white, I'm filling in all my little tiles. So just enough white to lighten it a little bit. And you'll still be able to see your letters underneath. All right, now I didn't wait for this to dry, but I should have, because I end up having to go over this white several times. But if you'll dry it, then it'll show up better. But this is the highlights where, because my light is coming from kind of from the left front, I guess, based on where my shadows are going to be cast. So I've got to keep that in mind when I put these highlights on. So this is just white paint. So again, I'm going back over it because I was too impatient to wait for it to dry. Now this is watered down white with just a flat synthetic brush. And it's just going to kind of, once it dries, it kind of disappears a little bit, but it just changes the flavor a little bit of the top of the tiles, because they're going to be a little bit lighter than the bottom part of the tiles. So now I'm coming in with my burnt sienna on the edge of my flat brush, and kind of almost outlining these tiles, but not completely outlining them. So just kind of look at the reference photo and see where these dark areas are, but this will define them a little better so that they don't kind of blend into the background. So maybe in real life this outline wouldn't be here, but for a painting it makes it stand out better. So again, just look at the reference photo and see where they go. But I'm just kind of using the very edge of my brush and just lightly tapping this in. All right, now I'm using a mixture of burnt sienna and black, a little bit of black, and I watered it down a little bit, and I'm putting in some of my darker shadows. So this bottom edge, I want it to be a little bit thicker because you can kind of maybe see up under each tile and see more of a shadow. And now I'm just brightening up part of my highlights, just where I want it to be really bright. All right, now I'm starting on my cast shadows. So each tile is going to cast a shadow toward the back right. And so this is just watered down. It's the burnt sienna and black mixture, but it's very watered down. And you want to make sure that it's very watered down, or you'll be covering up some of your letters. Plus, it's like shadows are dark right up against an object, but as they get farther away, they get lighter anyway. So these are going to be kind of transparent. I want to make sure that all my shadows are cast in the same direction, or it won't make sense. And then I want to come back with less water, like a darker shade, and anywhere that the shadow is touching the table, I'm going to darken it. When it's touching other tiles, I'm going to leave it kind of transparent, but I want it to be a little darker on the table. And this will give it a lot of depth. Okay, now with everything completely dry, I'm using a marker, and this is just a black fine liner. You could use a Sharpie or whatever you have, just a black marker, or even an ink pen, a black ink pen. You could also, if you don't want to draw it on there, you could paint it on there if you feel like your hand is steady enough. All right, so now I'm going to start on my butterfly, and I'm using a hog bristle brush to just kind of scrub in different colors. This one is my pink. In my butterfly, I'm going to have pink and blue and turquoise and burnt sienna. And right here, I didn't want it quite so dark pink, so I'm going over it with some white. So anytime you don't like something you've done, don't feel like you're stuck with it, just cover it up. So now I'm coming in with some turquoise. I'm still using my hog bristle brush and just kind of scrubbing it in. There's really no right or wrong to this, and you can use whatever colors you want. The main thing is to keep your brush strokes going from the body to the outside of the wing. So now I'm coming in with my phthalo blue and doing the same thing. And that blue is pretty bold, which is fine if that's the look you want. But you can also come in, you can rinse your brush completely and leave it a little damp and come in like this and just kind of blur everything out. It just softens everything if you do that while it's still wet. And then you can always come back with your other colors, like I'm bringing in some more pink. So you can just kind of go back and forth with it and play with it until you like it. So now I've dried it, and I'm coming in with the edge of my flat brush and just starting on my raw sienna color, my outline of the wings. Or not raw sienna, burnt sienna. And the same thing on the body. This is just burnt sienna. All right, now I've added a little bit of black to the burnt sienna, and I'm using my hog bristle brush to kind of scrub in the color and kind of fade it off into the wing. I think this burnt sienna looks good with the color of the butterfly, because the butterfly is it's got a lot of cool color in it. And then this burnt sienna is a warm color, so the contrast is nice. Okay, now with black, I'm kind of shading the bottom part of the belly, the bottom part of the body, and then put my antennas in. Okay, so now I'm back to my burnt sienna, and I'm using a small round brush to put in some veins. So I'm just using the tip of the brush to just lightly put in these veins, and the only thing you got to remember with these is the direction that they're going. You don't want any going sideways or something. All right, now I'm coming in with my hog bristle brush again, and with watered down burnt sienna, I'm scrubbing some of that into the bottoms of each tile. I don't want to bring this all the way to the top, and I also don't want to change the direction. I want it all to be vertical, because what this does, along with darkening the bottom and giving it more dimension and depth, it also gives it kind of a wood grain, because these tiles are made of wood. So this will help with that effect. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and God bless you.